theyeshiva.net.
I was wondering, what does it mean to be a Jew right now? And how do we not only understand it, but how do we embrace it?
What it means to be a Jew today is that we are a member of a people, God's people, an eternal people, that's been around for 4,000 years. Every single empire in history has tried to destroy us. From ancient Egypt to Babylonia to Persia to Greece to Rome, from Hitler to Stalin, Muslims throughout generations, the Crusaders, etc., etc. And yet, we are here not only to tell the story, but to celebrate life and to fight for peace in Israel and peace in the world. What it means today to be a Jew is that you are an indispensable note in the cosmic symphony and our journey of restoring and creating a world filled with love, peace, morality, holiness, and respect for every human life created in God's image. What it means to be a Jew today is to stand proud as a people that is hated and loathed by those who would like to see every single Jewish child destroyed. And what it means to be a Jew today is to remember that together we have a divine mission to stand tall and to fill our lives, our homes, our communities, our campuses, our hearts, and our world with authenticity and with holiness.
Thank you for the wise words, Rabbi. Rabbi, another question. How do we reconcile the pain people are going through with our faith and belief in God?
That's the question of all questions. In the Jewish tradition, when it comes to tragedies and atrocities, we don't really understand why the creator of the world allows for these things to happen. We don't have an explanation for it. This is not something that you should try to fit into the rational brain, because this is a story beyond us, and that's where faith comes in. Faith doesn't mean that everything is sweet and perfect and good. It means the recognition that there is a mystery to life that transcends any one of our finite brains. And therefore, our faith in God is really the faith in the fact that in all of the horror and all of the evil, there is some mission here. Faith means I don't surrender to despair. I don't duck in fear and I say, "Oi, this world is a sick place. I am sick to my stomach. Let me just go to sleep and numb my pain." Faith means that in every situation, we have the promise of the Creator that goodness will prevail. And then we have to ask ourselves, what is our mission at this moment? Every single Jew was drafted to war on October 7th, 2023. But an army has many divisions. The question we all have to ask ourselves is what division I was drafted to. But each and every one of us has a mission to do today. Everyone today, I believe, has to be more Jewish than ever before in history. This was not targeting a piece of land. This was targeting every single Jew. Remember, if Hamas had it their way, what they did on October 7th, they would do every single day for a few years until every one of the 6.6 million Jews in Israel is dead. So this is really the Jewish people who were targeted at our core. And at such a time, what's our response? Our response is, I was drafted and I'm going to be more Jewish than ever before.
Thank you, Rabbi. To follow up to that, what can we learn from our past as a people about this moment?
Great question. The answer is there a scientific explanation of how we survived 4,000 years of atrocities and horrors and pogroms and holocausts and genocide? As I said, the greatest empires in history that tried to destroy us are all gone. Yet we are here to tell the story. How do you explain that? They all had culture and language and military power and territory and countries and monuments. What did we have that all of these armies of our enemies did not have? So in science, you always, if you want to understand how an organism survives for generations and has longevity through difficult circumstances, you always look for a permanent trait and characteristic that was always there. So if you'll ask, do the Jewish people have anything, any weapon that we possessed from the day we became a people until today, and it was always there with us that no other army and no other empire had? What is it? Is there such a thing? Thankfully, we don't have to look far. There's one thing that the Jewish people had from the day we became a people 3,500 years ago, and it has accompanied us in every country, in every milieu, under all circumstances. And that is the Torah and the mitzvahs that we studied, observed, and celebrated with unwavering commitment on a daily basis, and bequeathed it to our children, our grandchildren, our families, and our disciples. And that's why I believe, coupled with our historic and critical efforts to defend ourselves physically, to support Israel and our soldiers in an unprecedented way, to protect every Jew and to encourage Israel to uproot every last vestige of terror and evil, because of cancer. If you don't destroy the raging cancer, it destroys you. That's the nature of terrorism. We all, every single Jew around the world, one of the 60 million Jews, especially our students, our youth, you are our future, you are tomorrow. Remember, we have a secret weapon that allowed us to remain strong 4,000 years later. And what is that? Yiddishkeit, Torah and Mitzvahs. So today, if every single one of us decides in our own way, I'm going to be more Jewish than ever, consider on a daily basis bringing in real Jewishness into your life and influencing others. We are directly securing the eternity of Israel, the eternity of the Jewish people, and bringing down more love and spirituality to the world. So on a practical level, consider putting a mezuzah on your door, on your dorm door, on your home, wrapping tefillin in the morning, lighting Shabbat candles every single Friday before sunset, and celebrating our day of peace, day of rest, Shabbat. Giving charity every day or every week, studying a little Torah on a daily or weekly basis, engaging in prayer and spiritual meditation, becoming an ambassador of Ahavat Yisrael, of Jewish love and unity, or any other mitzvah of Judaism. This is our most powerful spiritual weapon, and it's proven successful. We are here. We will always be here.
Wow, Rabbi, such uplifting words. One last question.
Not just uplifting, true.
True and uplifting. Some of us feel almost guilty about being positive or upbeat, knowing what our people in Israel went through. But on the other hand, Judaism embraces the joy of life. How would you say we keep going?
Excellent question. Being upbeat and joyous is not something we do in spite of a war going on in Israel. It's like they're fighting, but I got to live my life and I want to be upbeat. We do it because of the war in Israel. You know, when soldiers go out to battle, if you've seen clips from the Israeli soldiers, they go with a march of victory, not because they're unaware of the danger, but because the most important thing in fighting a war is morale, resilience, courage, decisiveness, confidence, power, and an inner sense of purpose. That's what Jewish joy is about. Our joy is because we know who we are. We're dealing with a colossal, cataclysmic battle of evil against good. It's nothing less, nothing more. This is the battle of evil. People who gleefully mutilate children and are happy to send out videos to their relatives showing how they can behead little children or men or women, elderly and young. You're talking about a battle of evil against good. Our joy is because we realize that each of us is an indispensable soldier in God's army to protect our people and to protect our world. Each of us has a role to play. Each of us was drafted in our division to be able to bring in more Judaism, more Yiddishkeit, more truth, more love, more authenticity, to stand tall as Jews and to incorporate Judaism into our daily lives. This must be done with absolute resolve, with absolute confidence, with no shame, with no inferiority complex, and without fear and trepidation. Joy is always the way to go because we are on a march to decisive victory.
TheYeshiva.net